So a couple of weeks ago, you led us in a meditation where you were very firm that we should keep our eyes open.
I'm kind of mean like that sometimes. Yeah.
I'm very grateful that you were, because I found it very difficult to do. I'd had this sense that spiritual practice is something I do in a particular place with my eyes closed, and then that finishes and I get on with the rest of my life.
Yeah.
So since finding that difficult, I've started my meditation practice with 10 minutes with my eyes open each time, and it's really allowed me to sort of start to smudge and blur the line between when I'm meditating and when I'm not.
Yeah.
It has, though, it's brought up quite a lot in terms of the link between this space that I seem to be looking through and me. So when I then close my eyes for the rest of my meditation, there's a sense that there's almost a letterbox that's had something put over the front of it. And in the meditation you led today, I found it easier to do with silence than with vision, even though both of them they're just motion out there. There's no real difference between silence and the contextual field. So I guess what I'm observing, and what I was going to ask about is this comes down, I guess, to being quite tied to the body and to the senses. But just now I had this sense that there's this vastness where I am, and a little peephole that I can come and look through, which is where these eyes seem to be. I'm not sure where that's going to take me, but if it causes as much progress as forcing myself to keep my eyes open, then I think it will certainly help.
It's really common, isn't it? That, I mean, when I started meditating, it was, I sit in this chair at this time and I sit for so long, and that's my meditation, and then I'm done for the day and I go back to life, as you were saying. But as meditation started to feel so much nicer, I wanted to do it all the time, and this is why I started to do it with my eyes open. And it's really, really difficult because, as you said, there's all these assumptions. Even just silly little things like I couldn't get the cushion right behind me when I was sitting with my eyes open. It just wouldn't work. And then I realized I was very, very attached to meditation is something I'm doing when I sit down here. And of course it starts off like that, doesn't it? But then what if the meditation then becomes, I'm noticing the vast emptiness of my being, in which my body's just running around doing things. Sometimes it sits down and meditates, and sometimes it's just cooking or driving or whatever it's doing. And it's really cool then, because you can be in meditation constantly, or more and more and more, and eventually constantly. And it's happening more and more effortlessly then, isn't it? And, you can just, if you're talking to someone that you'd rather not be listening to, you're just kind of noticing the spaciousness and smiling at them, and they think you really like them, and it's great, So it's on a more serious note, though, it's you'll find that your body is more attuned to one particular thing. You might find listening to silence easier than noticing the emptiness or the field, as we've been calling it. And that's okay, isn't it? Everyone has their own way into the self. You find that one's your favorite, that's okay. But just challenging these boundaries like you've done. Does meditation have to happen when I'm seated? Do I have to come out of it? There's this strong desire for me at the end, like I just don't want to ever come out of meditation because it feels so nice. Do I have to? And that's what drove me to push through these boundaries, like you've been saying.
Thank you.
Wonderful.